Hey guys, this is Kiro speaking, and today we are in 2 Leaves and a Bud Tea Garden Simulator. I hope you brought your cup of tea, because we are going to enjoy one today. And this is a just released into early access title that I've been notified of via a weird mailing list that I've never subscribed to. That I'm on because I have a YouTube channel that talks about games, I guess. So they are sending me loads of emails for upcoming games, and this was one of them. And I was like, Tea Garden Simulator? Like, if it's an actual simulator? I looked at the trailer and it's like, there seem to be some simulatory aspects to it. And so it's intriguing. So let's ask for a key. So I got a key. Here I am. And checking it out. Already contacted the developer after having played it for about 3 hours myself. And I found it quite intriguing, as is. And it was weird. I know, I'm going to get into the game very soon. Bear with me, please. It was weird, because there seemed to be a lot more to it than meets the surface. And one warning up front, it does look like a mobile title, but there is a lot more to it than that. So, yes, it is rough at the moment, but let's get into it. So let's start a new game. And I'll try to circumnavigate all the bugs that currently are in there, and there are plenty. I wouldn't say it's all that playable at the moment, but damn, this seems to have some potential. Did I say it looks like a mobile title? I think I did. And yes, that's a rhetoric question. Of course I did. Hello, tea planter. Hello, Mr. Manager. Yes, I know you're the manager. I just told you. So, task. Yes. Produce green tea. Amount 1 kilo. That's not that much. Not for a tea farmer, at least. So, this all looks so mobile. So, iPad type of game. And it really isn't below the surface. So, like I said, I contacted the developer, asking them, like, what would you, if I made a video about that, what would you like me to focus on in my commentary? Or if there is anything specific you would like me to look into as a game designer and stuff, right? So, they came back to me with like, yeah, we're really proud. Oh, you're cool. You're the designer of automation, or systems designer of automation. Wow, that's cool. That's really complex and shit. So yeah, we would like you to take into consideration or think about our chemistry model that we have developed for the underlying tea processing and growing of it. It's like, whoa, whoa, you got me there. Okay, this sounds awesome. So let's start out here. We do have a few fields, right? We do have a few fields that we can purchase to start out with. And they cost, oh, this is so mobile. It's like, it costs you 300 coins to buy this. And you can buy more coins in the shop with real money. Of course, this game doesn't do that, but it is, everything about this screams shallow mobile title from a visual point of view. It is pretty, don't get me wrong. I really like the look. It's fine. Like, the look is fine. Some of these elements are just like so casual looking. But then you do something like this. Like, there's this little eye, and then you're like, soil report. Okay, what the fuck? This wouldn't be in a mobile title. This is not the kind of info that you would expect there. Like, pH value. So this is that's a very, what is it called? Base? Is it base and acidic? Yeah, it's very low acidity, or I don't even know the exact word. I should know, but I didn't study chemistry at university. I only studied chemistry in German and in Swedish, so I wouldn't know the English words exactly. But yes, so pH value, some nutrients, how much organic matter there is, the texture of the soil, the drainage quality of the soil, the depth of the soil for how deep roots can grow. You have a total area of that parcel of land, and you have a what? Oh, this is a bug here, right here. I didn't notice before because well, it's weird. But this is supposed to say altitude above sea level. So, I believe. And this is 400 meters above sea level. So that's really cool. This is pointing towards something that has a lot more depth, doesn't it? Okay, so what do? Let's compare it first. What is this type of land? Oh, wow. Okay, this is very rich in nutrients. Also very not acidic. Has very little organic matter. No depth to it, though. Very shallow. And drainage is slightly better. And this one, for instance, has great texture to it and stuff. So now, first question first. There's a little bit of a blurb here, right? But what does this all mean? First of all, it's just intriguing, right? Okay, I can see there is something to this, something more. But there are no tooltips for this. It's a very early release, so don't get me wrong. This is something that I wouldn't necessarily expect at this early stage, but that is definitely something that I really would like to see, just to pique more interest and see like, oh wow, there's more to discover here later on, instead of just taking it as oh yeah, look here, we have stats. Because that is something that a lot of shallow games do. They present to you a lot of stats to seem deep, and then those never really affect anything, or very little, so they can be safely ignored. That doesn't seem to be the case here. So this one is, why is this one more expensive, I ask? Maybe it's the texture? That is and well, it has some good qualities for acidity as well. I think that's the correct word, right? Acidity. And optimal for nutrients, organic matter. Oh, that's quite nice. Yeah, shit drainage and depth, but the rest seems alright. So let's buy this parcel of land. And now, let's delve deeper into it. Clone type A. Well, I guess you'd buy tea plant clones. I'm not that deep into tea planting otherwise. I guess I will be after completing a lot of run-throughs of this game. But clone type A, standard clone, quality clone, yield clone. Well, that's something that could be straight out of a mobile title as well. But that is probably something, terminology, which really exists and is interesting, right, to someone who knows. And then you're like, 50 coins, 1 worker, 80 coins. This is, again, mobile. Fuck. Fucking this is so mobile. And then you click this button, and then you're like, okay. Frame. Dense spreading. Leaf type. Large. Shoot large. From China. Okay, quality very good. Altitude. Likes high altitude. Routing very good. What does that mean? What does routing very good mean? Does it mean that it can tackle shallow ground really well, or something like that? I don't know. Yield high. Oh, sounds very good. Then spreading also good, because that means I assume that means that you're using your area that you have efficiently. And then there's this, and there's just numbers on them, and I can't imagine. This is super confusing, by the way. This is so confusing. Not the chart itself, but I believe it has the entirely wrong labels, doesn't it? Also, it goes counterclockwise, which doesn't make sense to me. But yes, so frame can't be dense, or could be dense spreading there, but you see 8 yield high? That would be a good quality, right? So that you would expect it somewhere there. I think what this is, what we're going to see later on, is the taste profile of that tea. Let's go to a different tea and check it out. Aha, you see here, a completely different profile. And then let's check out the last one. Very special profile here. So I think this is an issue with the UI currently, that this is not being represented correctly, but there's a lot of data here for the different teas that you can choose. And I'm pretty sure that you will eventually have more kinds of teas that you can plant and maybe buy in or something. But we shall see how this develops, right? But now let's plant something that seems fitting enough. This one seems to be cheap. I don't know why this is cheap, because this seems to have the best qualities of everything. It's like very good and everything, but the altitude is for high altitude tea growing, and we're at low altitude, 400 meters above sea level. Before you can plant anything though, you need some workers. So let's build a workers quarter. Now we have workers running around. Mr. Joe Schmo standing over there, just waiting or peeing in the future tea gardens. Very good for the nutrients. Phosphate, you know, very important. I'm talking out of my ass right now, or maybe out of my pee-pee, I don't know. So let's see. Now we have a worker, or more than that, and we're going to plant a tea. Let's plant this one. Sparse spreading, medium quality, just fair, but nah, I don't know. Altitude low is correct. Rooting good, yeah, we need it for shallow grounds, I guess. Yield medium, yeah, it's fine. It's kind of medium tea, fair quality, yeah, but it has a quite chunky taste profile there. Which one was that? Why? This is one of those UI things, right? Why is there not a plant button here and a back button? Well, I see back button is there, but which one was that? Like, you would want to be able to confirm on this screen that you want to plant this type. That is much more logical, user-friendly than having to go back one and then remembering which one you were on, especially if they're called clone, clone, clone. That's not helpful. That is not helpful. So, yes, we are going to plant the medium one here, this one, and just see what happens, right? So we have one worker there. We can progress time down here. And now, well, we just advance time, I guess? Or, nah, how about we have 2 fields? Yes, let's buy this one with the deep roots. And see... Rooting loose. Sparse spreading. Is there some... Altitude C, we are close enough to sea level. I believe that these would be doing reasonably well. On the other hand, I think I want to try planting this one there. Rooting very good. Yeah, let's try that. So let's go ahead with that. So now we have 2 fields that are being sown, I guess. So there they go. And time has advanced. They're done after a day. That seems a little fast to me. Like just a day to get all this done with just one worker. How many square meters was this? Not ready to pluck. Yes, okay. Now, let's take another look here. We do have the soil condition, right? And then, let's see, this is all looking pretty good. Then we have care. Let's see, so you can see what this does. So this would lower the pH value to that level. Okay, well, we already have that, thank you very much. So that's not that useful. This clicking through is very unintuitive in that it takes away the information that you want to see at the same time. It breaks the chain of context because you're getting to another level like this, and you have plenty of space here anyway. Why not use it? Artificial fertilizer. That would actually increase it to there, but we are at optimal levels. Oh, you know what? There is stuff here. It's tiny values. It's fucking tiny values. Maybe that's just because I'm on a 4K, but let me just crawl to the monitor and see if that actually says anything. I think this is actually some programmer-esque debugging help, because it just tells you the fractional progression on the scale from low to high, where low is 0 and high is 1. Is that useful? Nah, not really. Not to the player, at least. I think they can be more thematic than this. But yes, and when you click, you should get some more tooltip or some more info over here, maybe that explains what's going on. But now let's go to this one and see. Yes, severe warning, too high pH. Let's buy this one. Artificial fertilizer, no. Lowest pH value in soil. Let's see. Yeah, that is doing the job. Let's go back, buy it. Just 30. Upgrade applied. They're working really fast. Anyway, now we have this. Now you see that nutrients are way down there. That doesn't seem good. So let's go ahead and buy some nutrients. Why do you have to over-apply nutrients? Why can't you just get it right? It seems a little weird. going to 0.8 or something. Yes, 0.8. Ah, fuck, I now closed it again. I have to go through. Farm care, upgrades, artificial fertilizer, buy 80 coins. That's expensive. Now, what does our field do? Yeah, that's looking pretty solid now. Ah, here it says it correctly. Why didn't it do that before? Age of tree plants, altitude 400 meters, and total area. It's 2,000 square feet. Yeah, okay, 2,000 square feet is not that large. I think a worker could, with hard work, get through that in a day. But anyway, we do pay a cost of $10 per day per worker, or bucks, whatever. It's probably not dollars. And here we go. So let's press play. Seedling phase, that seems to be taking 3 days. And there we go, fully grown tea plants. But wait, because this again, how that all played out right now before your eyes, seemed so mobile. Once again, it's like, no, don't do this. I'm so turned off by the visualization, looking as if you're a super shallow game. Now, let's take a look at this. And I was like, when I discovered that button, it's like, okay, there's more going on here. So we have our tea plant condition, and it's tracking that condition. It has the split of probably biomass or something on this field, where 72% roughly currently are not being used for much. It's empty. Then we have the fresh portion of the plant. They seem to be growing a little faster than they should. But then again, for gameplay, it's probably for the better that you can grow them really fast. After 4 days in January, you probably don't have tea plants that can be harvested, that can be plucked. Old leaves and stem. Cool. Now, you see graphs. Graphs is not something casual players like, let me tell you that. And we are currently in the low... this is harvestable leaf over the year. Okay, cool. So it goes up from almost 0 there in January to March peaking and then decaying down, and November, December, January is very low. Alright, so we have tea season in March, or March till May, and then a little bit over there. Now you can prune your tea plant. That is not an option right here. Maybe that makes it such that once you have reached too much of the old tea plant, and that it has like filled it up or something, that you can prune it back so that you get back some fresh. That is just me thinking out aloud. I don't know if that is the case. But now, okay, so far so mobile. Hand plucking, machine plucking, machine plucking. Why do you have that option twice? No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We can't afford it anyway. And 000 coins is a very cheap price, but with many digits. Why not 0.0 as well? No machine. Cool. Now that seems again. Can we buy this? I don't want to bug it out right now. So maybe we can. But now, let me show you something else. You can actually choose what parts of the tea plant you're going to pluck and how much yield that will produce. Now we're getting into the into the finer details of tea making, aren't we? And you can set a rest period after pluck. Doesn't have any UI feedback for it, which is of course awful, but early access, very early access. It feels like it. Unfortunately, well, there's room to grow. The puns. So yeah, first leaf, I believe, is something that good green teas use. And buds, I believe, is something that white teas use. And then, like, for black tea and stuff, you probably have second and third, and oolong and stuff. Maybe older one? I don't know. I don't quite know. I was a tea taster once as a little hobby, where you got free samples sent to you of very nice from very average to very nice teas, and you had to fill out a questionnaire of what the different tastes were and so on. Fascinating stuff, and I love tea, so that is good. But how tea is made kind of is mind blowing. So anyway, let's pick this one. Should we try to make white tea? Yeah, let's go for that. So let's pluck only the buds. I wonder if that has the accurate effects on the plant growth. I believe it has, but that is something which there is very little to no feedback on as far as I know. And that is one of the main things in this game at the moment that is plaguing it. And we're going to get into that more. I think it is hiding too much of its mechanics. So now that we have determined what to pluck, yes, not plug, we have made our soil acceptable. Now we need to put the buds somewhere, so let's make a little holding area over here. If we're talking buds, then we probably don't need more than 500 kilos. But over here, let's go for 3,000 kilos, because we are going to harvest the masses. Sounds good. 7,500 bucks remaining. And now the question is, do we want to... Oh yeah, now we need to pick. Let's pick this one. Let's put some workers there. 4 out of 5. Okay. Let's go over here and pick that holding. And can we start plucking there? Not enough workers. Alright. And also, this one. We need to still determine in the plant which one we want to pluck. So, hand picking. Let's pick first and second leaf. You know what? Just as an example for the layout of this, what I would like to see, to not hide too much information, to make use of the computer screen. This is not a mobile title. Or maybe it is, I don't know. But yes, so choose plucking method. That should open up this could be at the top, really. The previous screen. This could be at the top or at the side over here. And then when you go deeper, it can open up something to the side of it or below it. And then when you go deeper there, it can drop down or go to the side of it, so that this go back actually means collapse to the left. That would make more sense. Or then while it's still open, because it's still open, you can then just on this middle one then, like this one would be the middle one, go to here and choose that one, or just decide in a different way. Maybe you want to have another look here and decide when to pluck your buds. Not your butts, but yes, you can do butt plugging whenever you like, I guess. But yeah, please at home. Anyway, so now we're plucking, I guess. So that's fine. Let's 13. Okay. Now something that's really fucking annoying. Why can't I just drag drop these in some way? I don't need to see 4 workers standing there with no animation, nothing really happening. I now have to do the following in order to get these workers to go to there. Stop plucking. I need to close this or click it away. Then click this and then click start plucking. Why can't I just drag drop? Like have an icon here that is symbolizing the plucking action, and I can drag that to a different field. Would make so much sense. Maybe that's something that's coming, or at least I hope so. So yeah, let's have them go start plucking the leaves, the firsts and the seconds. And here we now have, you can see the effects of the plucking after they've done it. So let's check them now. This is 75 4. Let's see if that 88 kilos. Wow. Did that change? I don't quite know, but I don't know if this is updating correctly just yet. So let me go between those and start plucking away. Oh yeah, we only get 6 now out of this one. And stop plucking. I don't think they have grown enough in the meantime. Yeah, only 35 there. So that's not quite enough. So let's wait a few days. Let's give them some time to grow. Stop plucking there. Let's go to the 11th and then try again. Alright, start plucking there. Yeah, that's much better. 13 again. So they have grown. Start plucking there. And that is 89. Nice, okay. So I repeat that process a little bit. It is a little odd that you can just have the leaves in your holding and they don't care. they don't wither, they don't do anything. But I assume that is a simplification that just makes the game so much more playable. So now let me take you through to finally making some tea. Alright, we are going to stop plucking here. We have all our workers available. Now we get into a different phase of the game, which is going into the factory. You can, in the factory, buy a few different machines. We do have plenty of cash here. And let's go with the withering machine and the roasting machine. And we are going with a rolling machine. And let's go with an oxidizer. And do we need an oxidizer there? I don't know, for the teas that we're making. We have a roaster. Bamboo trays. Bamboo trays. Who doesn't love bamboo trays? So, now we want to make a tea. Making tea is complex. It's really complex. So we have in the... there you see. Total yield. You can see what you have. But I would... Okay, this is the info there, yes. I would like to know what kind of leaves are in there. Can you actually mix leaves from different kinds? Probably you can, and probably it already tracks all of that and their different taste profiles, but there's no way to tell. There's no feedback for that. So cool. Let's pick these leaves. That's 300 something kilos. Let's open up our little tea book here and let's try to make this green tea you was speaking of. And let's see here. So how about we make a... Okay, we are supposed to wither it. Yeah, okay. So let's set the withering machine to these values. And it already is. Okay, 10 seconds timer. That sounds good. Alright. Why can't you click the start button while these are up? What it should be doing is... Like, to me, as... I would expect it to do the following, that you can press the start button while seeing these settings, but all these settings would grey out while it is running. I think that would make a lot more sense than what it does here, because you have to close it. Don't know anymore if this was correct. If it was all set correct, you can't recheck, and it now starts, and now he does stuff. But wait a second, this thing here! This took me so long to find. This is awful. This is so awfully positioned. This, let me show you, makes it awesome. Alright, now we're making tea. This is an actual simulation. What you're doing here is not a little mini game of doing things in a specific order, but it rather fully simulates the chemistry of the tea and what is going on with different temperatures, different humidities, how the various flavors and stuff are affected by all this, the various processes, and so on. Holy shit! Why does this game hide its awesomeness like this? This took me 2 hours to find. It should be always up when you are doing shit in there. And you have clicked it, like activated factory machine, and there's something in there. Just bring up the leaf inspector. Also, this is a little awful that it kind of updates the leaves every second. And it comes in and out with one frame in there that shows the empty tray. But yeah, small issues, right? Cool. So now we pick the leaves. We see how they have already dropped in weight. Of course, you can't sell fresh leaves. They need to come down in weight and like dehydrate and everything and be processed like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick up the leaves and I'm going to put them into the roller. That is not in the recipe, but let's just try, right? So how about we roll them for 10 seconds? Let's set them up. 10 seconds, rolling machine. Sounds good. Maybe a little bit more, 12. I have no clue. Maybe they just need to be rolled 300 seconds. Who knows? This is the only feedback you get is from using this. So before you actually notice that this is a button there, which is terribly placed, this is the worst place for it because it's almost the farthest away from where you actually need it. And yes, I think we can close this one down, but I just want to keep it there for reference. You remember this? You remember this little thing here that was showing up for the tea plants? I believe that the graph that was seen there was actually this one, where it was going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like counterclockwise, and I was complaining about that. I think that was the taste profile. So that is a little bit of a UI bug there, that it doesn't show these names, because that would make a lot more sense. And then the stats next to it were about the plants and how they grow in that soil that you planted in. Cool, so now they are in the roller. No time has passed. This is like stopping the process, even though these guys here are moving. And now it is in the roller. We have to close it. And we are still seeing the tea, so let's start the process and see what happens. So there we go, temperature is rising, but also aroma is rising from the rolling process for another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, it didn't somehow get to the last step. It didn't show the last step, or it shows the last step when it starts the step. So there's a little bit of a bug there, or a non-intuitive thing. So okay, we have now rolled the leaves to bring out some more aroma. It's still 261 kilos. Cool. Anyway, now we are going to pick them up and we need to roast them. 20 seconds, 300 degrees. Oof. Okay, let's go there. That is our roaster. And now, let's set it up. How about we roast them at a lower temperature but slightly longer? How about 26 seconds at 250? Does that sound good? Maybe. I have no clue. So we have to close this and start the process. And oh, my inspector is gone. There we go. Oh yeah, temperature's rising. You can see the weight dropping. Aroma is going through the roof. Holy shit. The aroma is... Wow. 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 This is the most aromatic green tea ever. Oh, no, it's stagnating. No, it's actually falling. No, stop the process. This is not going the right way. So, 15 kilos remaining. Okay, well, I hope that's good. How do you know it's good? Well, you kind of don't. Another very important point, and the last one for this first episode about this, because I think this is a really fucking intriguing game. We need to finish this up. One of the main feedback loops of the game, what seems to be available right now, is actually hidden from you until you buy the Tea Taster House. 5,000 bucks. Ooh, we could just afford it. So what you do now is, well, we can first pick the leaves. We are going to drop it here because it's definitely going to be correct. Yes, perfect job. And no, fuck. No. I don't, you bastards. Okay, it's a 2-star tea. I wanted to show you the profile. Okay, I have to do it with the white tea then, I guess. So we can sell this for 50 bucks a kilo. There were not that many kilos left after all. But let me show you what this dude does. So we're going to sell it for 750. There's no way out here. That's some bullshit. It needs to be fixed. As pretty high priority, I think. There's no way to get out of this. You have to sell at this point. So yeah, let's sell. Thanks for the options. And now let me repeat the process, but let's make some white tea. So we have plucked the buds, and this is just going to take 180 seconds of waiting. Another thing that is very questionable in design, that you actually have to wait there. I would recommend that there is a time acceleration in this mode as well, so that you don't actually have to wait that time. It should still simulate that wait time, but and everything should be that way. But it really needs to not have you sit there for 3 minutes and just wait for it, right? That doesn't sound good. So let's make some white tea. Just withering machine. Let's set it up a little different though. Slightly lower temperature, airflow mid, yes, mid. So let's go something like 57 or something, and then we go with like 200? I don't know. Maybe actually a little less, and then maybe roll them a little bit? I don't even know if that destroys them or not. Alright, I guess I see you in 3 minutes then. Bye-bye. Yeah, we're closing in slowly. Slowly. 8 seconds left. We are down to 9 kilos. Still no... Now, there's the coin. So we would be able to sell it now, if we wanted to. Still 8 kilos. Decent aroma there. So now, pick out the leaves. Leave them in the bamboo tray just to cool them down a little. And then, what we're going to do is give them to the tea taster and just see what it does. About 5 seconds, just a quick cool down. Leave inspector on, please. And start. Temperature should come down. There we go. 2, 1, done. Okay, cool. Very nice. We're at 8 kilos. Please don't brew a cup with 1 kilo of them. Those little buds, do you even see them? Pick the leaves. There, brewing your tea. What does he say? Oh, Oh, that is some mighty fine white tea you got there, sir. I won't be doing the accent there. Maybe he talks like that. Tea Master Zhang Wai. Oh yeah, greetings, sir. I quite like this tea. It's wonderful. So yeah, 4-star tea, and you can see the flavor here. So it is a well-rounded flavor, but also not special in any regard. It's a little fruity. The thickness is quite thick, if that is correct. That is also not the most clear way of showing this. Nope. But anyway, let's pick the tea, and this guy gives you hints as to what changes what. Yes, beautiful, but that is something that shouldn't be quite as hidden away, because otherwise you're just poking in the dark, and with currently how it is, with all these lots of dependencies, loads and loads of dependencies, you will find that you're just poking in the dark, and that doesn't feel rewarding. You need to have actable information and then make your decisions based on that information, and then see the outcome to reconnect back to what you were seeing before. And right now that is not quite there, that loop. But yes, so tea report is in, 4-star. Let's take it back to the bamboo tray. We have to close it again. And hello. Now we can sell it, even though that's a little bit of a bug. But anyway, so now we can sell it. $80 per kilo, $640. There we go. And I think we call it a day. I hope you enjoyed your cup of tea. And I see you guys next time.